A second major storm is on its way across the UK after Storm Malik left 2 people dead and thousands without electricity. Falling trees killed a woman in Aberdeen and a 9-year-old boy in Staffordshire. People in Scotland and northern England are being warned of more problems to come as Storm Corrie moves in later today. Weather warnings are still in place for much of the north of England and Scotland this morning. Storm Corrie following Storm Malik with winds reaching up to 90 miles an hour over the next 24 hours. Parts of Wales and Northern Ireland still have yellow alerts for potentially damaging winds. An amber alert is in place in parts of Scotland with particularly heavy winds and flying debris expected. 48,500 homes in Scotland were without power after Storm Malik, according to the local provider. Northern Power Grid said 30,000 homes were also left without power in England. In addition, 600 reports of damage across England, with the north of the country suffering the most. Sky's Becky Cotterill reports from Rothbury in Northumberland.
Queuing in the freezing cold for a hot meal. A local fish and chip van and its generator making sure most here were fed. Storm Malik's damage coming to Rothbury not long after Storm Arwen's brutality.
So we have had some residents yet again that have been without emergency service access via their mobiles or landlines.
There was good news though, the electricity came back.
But with Storm Corrie now on its way, this town, like so many others, is still vulnerable.
And tens of thousands of houses are still without power. Malik has battered much of northern England and Scotland. In Appley Bridge in West Yorkshire, a driver was fortunate to walk away from this. Firefighters in Greater Manchester rescued a woman from her car after a tree had crashed through its roof. But in Aberdeen, a 60-year-old woman was killed by a falling tree. Winds of more than 100 miles per hour have been recorded in parts of Scotland, with several A roads shut in Aberdeenshire and major disruption to the rail timetable. Property and power lines have been destroyed. In a statement, Northern Power Grid said, Storm Malik is causing disruption to our network as it continues to move across our operating area. Our teams are responding, restoring power through alternative routes on our network where possible, assessing damage and coordinating repairs wherever conditions permit. And now, as a new storm rolls in, there is a yellow weather warning in place for Scotland and northern England. Becky Cotterill, Sky News, Northumberland.
Well, as mentioned, Storm Corrie is due to hit the UK later today. We will, of course, keep you up to date with its progress here on Sky News. The Met Office says a low-pressure system will bring very strong winds to Scotland later, with gusts of 70 to 80 miles an hour, potentially even as high as 90 in exposed coastal locations and mountainous areas. As Storm Corrie clears to the east on Monday, the weather will remain blustery at the start of the week.